Oh, sleepy. Woke up starving. So put a center cut chop in the oven. Well, anyway, tomorrow is Friday. You never know what you wake up with in your head. And it's also gonna be the day that they swear in uh, Trump. So that's his inauguration, and it doesn't seem like they're prepared from what I've been hearing. Uh, uh, and like the White House has been trying to play it down because they haven't been. But now that you see that they had a chance to uh, uh, in the hearings uh, to invest in to ask questions, to a few of his the people that I guess Trump had elected to be in his cabinet. But the funny thing about it, one of the reasons why they couldn't do the debriefing is because none of the people that I think he only had two people that passed the clearance, so they had to rewrite everything and declassify it, which meant that basically um, he didn't think out very. Well, I can tell you exactly. The only thing Republicans thought about when they got Trump is like, oh, we got somebody that we could just use like a puppet, and then we'll just get rid of everything that Obama, you know, um, um, did. Like they think that they're in a time machine. They're gonna um, uh, 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 everybody knows it's all documented. It's the age of the internet. We know what he did. And we know that you didn't do any work for 8 years. The Republicans didn't do any work for 8 years. The Democrats have been doing work, and they've been working. They're like now like it's like that kid that's been, like you've been sending off the sweep and getting all the wood and collecting all the water. Like there's an old story, but anyway, that kid ended up being really strong and and beat the hell out of the bullies, brother and sister bullies. Which is another thing. The Trump's son, and like I remember, like they used to say that old man, a man could have sex till he died, but the sperm that he has, makes the babies more retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like the older they are, the older the sperm is, especially if they're with an old lady. So she ain't that old, so she had a relatively young egg in her ovaries with those sperm, so you get like an ADHD sort of like child. Anyway, there's a whole thing about it because I remember um, midwives used to talk about that. Because it's something to think about when you get older. If you do decide to have a child and hold off till your older age, um, in some cases, depending on if you also have an older man, do you want to spend your golden years, totally taking care of a grown child of yours? But anyway, so I mean, uh, he's young. I mean, who doesn't look good at that age? No, come on now. We all look really good until we're like what, 27. And you know, there. Then you're starting to look older. There's that gray hair on the front. But I am very scared. I'm very nervous um, about how they're gonna handle it because while they're busy trying to do like sort of hateful stuff that's not gonna benefit, there's already other countries talking about this is their opportunity. Because like first of all, Republicans, they're not gonna think nothing about Africa. And if we remember, um, Hitler was all in Africa when he was looking for the all white race, which happens to be albino. And there's a story where like the missionaries is really bad, the pure white race, and he knew it was in Africa, and he knew what he was looking for. They were also, uh, looking for new places for oil, uh, to for their war. Anyway, and other stuff. So the story goes is that the missionaries, right, uh, who was like really hated, like some of them really hated that they was in Africa. Some of it was for a lot of reasons. Um, and so this one Catholic preach um, let it be known, like I guess he was like on the down low, and but anyway, he let it be known in sort of circles that you bring me like an arm or a leg, because he knew that like like if you put some type, he knew what he was doing. He knew how to play them in their way. Well, anyway, the next thing you know is that you find out later on that this story is true. That they actually are cutting kids' limbs off, and like saying it's used for, I don't know, make your penis hard, or you can use it for whatever ridiculous. I forget what ridiculous lie he made up, but uh, it was, how else can, I mean, like, if so it's because they also, like, they eliminated this albino race, and these children had problems because they're already being rejected in some places, but there was some tribe that actually, saw them as a benefit opposed to something to. So but those are the ones that hadn't been introduced to colonialism or Caucasian religion. um and a lot of them, because like a lot of them was like, and when I say Caucasian religion, I mean Muslim, Christian, and Jewish. um uh People had didn't only worship in those three denominations, however you call it, but they also had other things. And white people would like the people that were colonizing, the people that came in to invade them, like they came into, like the white people, Europeans came in America and invaded, you know, and drained it of the food, uh, of gold, Fort Knox, and like the story about why the terrors of trails. So, um, so before the white people came and invaded with their raping, their pillaging, and their parasitical ways of living off the indigenous people in that land that they go and occupy by their wars, death, and just the idea that knowing that the white folks that came over with the syphilis so bad, when they first get introduced to these and they rape these indigenous people, uh, one of the first things that happens is that after having sex with them, it's a death sentence. Uh, Much like in some incidents today with HIV. But if you blame, like, okay, it's not the invaders, it's not these nasty men that's been walloping up up in each other's buttholes before they finally get to where there's women, right? It's not them, it's the women. How dare you let us rape you? So like, that was one of the double binding, twisted things that Christianity introduced, is to blame the victim uh, for uh, uh, the evils that other puts on you. But anyway, I digress as usual. um, I'm really lost, but I'm so hungry. Um, but we'll find out tomorrow how this type of mindset that they have that we do that we. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about. Oh, in Africa. So, uh, Africa's starting up some shit, and the Trumps and their thing. They're guaranteeing Africa starting up stuff. China's like, we wish you fucking would. Because not only we're not gonna see uniforms for your soldiers, you know what I'm saying, but you ain't gonna have, there won't be no shoes or nothing else. We get everything shipped over from China. You know, so um, which it's ridiculous. So in that island they're making is genius. Instead of like going to some other land like Russia did and invade or invade another country, or like America did and colonize another, like we might need another Puerto Rico. I don't know. Like they claim another island. They made their own island. Okay, in open waters. They, you know what I'm saying? And you can't really say nothing because we're using them to uh, um um transport stuff here. All type of goody knickknacks. Uh, Tomorrow. So our new president wasn't able to get the brief. Hasn't They haven't did the work to put together a cabinet. They hadn't did the work beforehand to make sure that the people that they bring before the community will be able to step into the job on the 20th, on tomorrow. So they don't have anybody to actually step into the job. They don't have anybody to do the work. Instead, they're running around thinking about, oh, well, we're all ready to repeal Obamacare. We're all ready to do this. You're not ready to do anything until you have a president that's going to function. And he's non-functional. And the rest of the world is betting on it. Because why these white Trumps and all that don't like gays, and you got problems with women. I guess unless they're peeing on you, or you're grabbing their pussy, then it's all great and groovy. And they have other issues. They don't want to fix our justice system. They're not, what I'm saying? They haven't done anything in the last 8 years. And the Republicans are talking about in the Senate and both houses that the reason why they can't do anything is because, of the racial undertones. Because they don't like having a black president. They're not going to work with a black president. Well, they have gotten in the habit of not working. The Democrats got in the habit of working, a lot. So that's where I was alluding to. They done developed their muscles, their strength by doing all the work, as while you was laying around and doing nothing, your weaknesses already became even more crippling. And so they're not prepared. He's not prepared. They're prepared to tell you all the shit that they're going to undo on the wall. They're going to get the Mexicans to build. And I guess, but they're not prepared. They don't have anybody to put in there. They don't have anybody, like, I guess Trump's like, okay, I'm a crook, I'm a con, I made it. Hey, I could just bring whoever I'm in. No. So already, we got a man that he got an ugly family. I mean, I guess like like if you like, I guess you want to say like the blonde, blue eyes or whatever stereotype. But when it comes to them just being, even that one daughter, Ivanka, she looks like she's another con. I watched The Apprentice maybe 3 times, and not for Trump in there, it's for the celebrities he had. I guess I probably watched it less than 3 times. Because I think it was Janet Jackson that I wanted to see in there. I was like, girl, you don't know how to make a hamburger. I know y'all was rich, but You know, I don't know. Because I wasn't, I didn't grow up like them. But my dad was just a doctor. But a hamburger, like that's when you that's well, I didn't eat red meat growing up. Um, Red meat and milk can cause people in my family become diabetic. Um, and my mom's like, I don't think I'm diabetic. That's because some of us got pulled aside and got put on a diet. So, and my mom doesn't even eat like that much red meat. So, a lot of salmon, a lot of any type of fish. One fish I haven't seen a lot, I haven't really seen in the store a lot is hammerhead and catfish. Um, a lot of other type of fish. Used to be a lot more catfish. Um, I remember this one girl. I think like I think her parents had started getting money or something, and I was with two other, one black and a white girl, and the black girl, her father was he worked for the embassy. He was I think it was ambassador or whatever. I can't say that word, but anyway, but they weren't from the United States, and even though they were black, they were from I forget. And the other girl, they had her. I think they were some old money. They had like a nice big house, like right above the Harlem, like upstate New York. Not like you just take the train to the last stop and hop on a bus, and then I guess they have a chauffeur to come pick you up, take you to their house. So that's scary. But anyway, so I was with them and this other girl. Like I think like her grandfather had been a policeman, and somehow her father ended up getting lucky and making a little money. And she was sitting down and she's ordering this like she's sitting in like, and she's like going on like, oh, how like if if my like mom, if my parents didn't have so many kids, we'd be just as rich as, like, she's pointing at me. And one of the girls that was sitting there, the two girls that are they said, except for the 8 years her father did in college, and some other stuff, and the job career, yeah, you get rid of that too, yeah, I guess so. Which I didn't say anything, but she was like really bragging because she was eating a steak. Like I was having a catfish, and I remember like the waitress came by, and I was like separate checks for each, each one of us get their own separate check. You should have seen that bitch jaw drop, because I didn't know who the hell she thought she was gonna pay for, and it's because like the other two, um, I was gonna pay for, and then like I already knew they'd give me the money back, or I was paying for one. But it was like conversation that we had, and like she was like talking over my head. While she was talking over my head, I didn't know what the hell, and really I didn't care about. But this is the type of people I think that Trump's children are. That oh, we got money, but they expect somebody else to foot the bill, or they want to you know like try to make you feel bad to make them feel good. Sort of narcissistic. So anyway, we really won't have a president after he gets inaugurated. We won't have anybody that's going to do any work. So I say impeach the son of a bitch and get somebody in there that'll work.